All right, man. We are
All right.
live.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel. I am your guy, Manny, joined by Michael Haas, my guy. I call him the human encyclopedia. This guy knows his stuff, man. Anything Washington football, anything football related that you need, he is the guy for you. Also joined by my co-host, where's the camera? Little man, Zeke.
Hey, little
Hey,
man.
yes, sir, man. So we're gonna talk Washington football day. We're gonna talk wide receivers because you made some great points on your Twitter today, and I said, you know what, I got to get you on the show. I've been trying to get you on the show, but schedules has been crossing, so I had a little 30-minute lunch hour. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead and do a stream. But here goes
Okay.
some of my guys, the real yo. What's up, man? What's up, little man? So what's up? What's up? What's up, real man? Appreciate you hopping on the stream. So yeah, man. So when we talking wide receivers, man, you got Terry McLaurin,
Yes,
obviously,
sir.
who is the elite of elites for our wide receiver group.
Before you
Talk to
go
the
there,
people.
before you go there, I was the person that said that he's the second best wide receiver in the 2019 draft.
Wow, wow.
I
I
was that
didn't,
person.
I didn't see that, but Terry McLaurin was on my list of wide receivers that I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The reason why I didn't say that was because I wanted the guys like AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Obviously, we all
Obviously.
wanted DK Metcalf. You know what I'm saying? I
Obviously.
was
Yeah.
willing to take those guys in the first round,
Yeah.
and that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So for me, when I saw his route running, I said, "Man, this guy can be elite." You know, and
Those
if you
feet.
remember that season, his feet, man. If you remember that season, we started the season off with Paul Richardson,
Yeah.
Doxson, who just got released
Yeah.
today by the Jets, and
Doxson.
Trey Quinn.
Trey Quinn. Wasn't Trey Quinn Mr. Irrelevant too?
Mr. Relevant, which I have. Look, Trey Quinn could have been nice, but I think the system just didn't fit. Because when you look at him, he looks like a regular slot receiver in the NFL,
Yeah.
one that can develop into something. Which
Yeah.
there's a guy that we drafted that we're going to get to, that we're going to talk about, that
Yeah.
I'm going to compare to Trey Quinn, but the guy that we got is way more athletic,
Yes.
way bigger, way stronger, way faster. But
that
when
was
we
that
talk
was
Terry
one
Mc,
of my issues. I'm sorry. That was
yeah,
one of my issues with Trey Quinn was
okay,
not talent, because he can do everything well, but he doesn't do
hmm,
anything great.
right.
And if you're going to be a late round pick, you have to have some.
What'd you say, bro? You went mute. Can't hear you.
Uh,
All right, I can hear you now.
okay, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what happened to my photo thing, but whatever. My mother called me.
Oh, okay.
but
Just hit
but
the
yeah.
camera button
So
if you want to hop back on the camera.
camera button.
Yeah, that should be a yeah. There you
All
go.
right, cool.
All right.
So Trey Quinn, he didn't do anything great, but he did everything well.
Yep.
And Dax has a lot more athletic ability than Trey
Hmm.
Quinn. I
Yep.
do like Trey Quinn's ability in routes,
Hmm.
but when even though if you can run a route, if you don't have quick enough feet, you're not going to gain the separation anyways. There's slow
Hmm.
guys with quick feet that can get
Right.
separation.
Right.
That was my issue with Trey.
Okay, so let's go ahead. Since you already jumped the gun, let's just go ahead and just talk Dax Mill. Let's go ahead and talk Dax Mill. We selected him
Okay. Yeah.
second to last. He was almost Mr. Irrelevant all over again. So second to
Second
last. So when you
last.
look at Dax Mill,
Yeah.
what, he's 6'1". He's 6'1". What his thing is like about 190. I can't remember how much he weighs. But he's a bigger slot.
Yeah.
6'1" is
He's
no
about
joke.
200.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a big boy. That's a big boy. And if you
Yeah.
look at those Zach Wilson tapes, which was a guy that I wanted, I was a Zach Wilson fan, still a Zach Wilson fan. But this is not a football. I mean, this is not a
Yeah. I
quarterback
got it.
episode.
I got it.
So, because I
Yeah.
already know what you're gonna say. I already know what you're gonna say. But
Fields is my guy, man. Like Fields is my guy through and through.
all right. So when you look at a lot of those highlights, you see Fields out there. I mean, yeah, Fields out there throwing it to Dax Mills. He's laying out. I'm talking about
Yeah.
diving for these passes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Toe drag, swag, and I mean he's a big target for a slot. He probably runs like a 4.6, Do you know his 40 time?
I think they got him at like 4.61, but the pro day was 4.58.
Okay.
So his pro day was 4.58, but
Okay.
he's not fast, but he's quick.
He's quick.
You know, he's
He's
quick
quick.
and
And
quick
go
and
ahead.
like processing as a wide receiver. Like say you're in your stance and everything, right? He's
Hmm.
able to process what's in front of him, whether it's
Right.
off, man, or he can even look into the next level to see the alignments of the safeties. So
Hmm.
he's smart. And
Right.
that intelligence and route running go hand in hand when it comes to wins. Because some
Hmm.
people can win just off athletic ability. Think
Hmm.
Russell Westbrook in basketball. His
Right. Right.
athletic
Right.
ability gets him to win.
Hmm.
But it's going to make longevity at the receiver position, even if you're not going to be a star, is doing everything right.
Right.
Doing everything
So
right.
if you see, I've put up the
He's quick, but
player
not fast.
profile. Mhm. I put up the player profile for
Okay, I
Dax
see it.
Mill on the screen, and they have him at 4.62 for his 40. Like you said, man, I'd rather have quick than fast, anyways. Because some people are just fast for no reason. They don't even know how to
Yeah.
use their speed, like Darius Hayward Bay and some of these other wide receivers that we've had for years. I
Yeah.
mean, like
Yeah.
we've seen for years. Like these guys come in, they can't run routes, and this is a guy
Leonard
that runs
Hankerson was
routes,
one.
and
He had good.
yeah, yeah. Hankerson. I mean, the list goes on even in DC. Hankerson, you got some who Rod Gardner. We can even go back. We can go back. Devin Thompson,
Thomas. Yep. Thomas. Yeah. Devin
Kelly,
Thomas.
Malcolm Kelly. I mean, whew. Then we have guys like Josh Doxson, man, who he had all the physical tools.
Yes.
What was Josh Doxson's problem here in DC, man? Let's just go ahead and talk about Doxson. What was his problem here in DC?
So with Doxson, it's a little different. And
Okay.
Doxson he's always had the tools.
Right.
But when you have certain prospects that's won a certain way, like he
Hmm.
was always winning, even at was it TCU?
Yeah.
He was jump up,
Right.
get it, and he never had to separate. He never
Hmm.
had to separate, and he never had to work on his routes because he
Right.
had a limited route tree. Like he
Hmm.
had posts, he had goes, he had curls. That's it. That's it. That's all he had. That's the only routes that he ran at TCU.
So was it that like the guy couldn't catch? Like, because if you
He
look at
had
the
hand.
target,
Here's the thing: is
he had targets, but he didn't do too much with his targets.
nah, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So
Doxson is a disappointment, but he's a disappointment because he didn't put in the work.
right.
That's on him. You in order to get better, you have to know where your flaws are.
Hmm.
Like I'm not. I don't have long arms. If I'm going to
Right.
get in a fight and scrap with somebody, I'm gonna try to play the close game. I'm not gonna sit there and
Right.
go
Right.
and not you and use a reset I don't have.
Exactly.
His mentality was, and it's not a. I don't want to say like it's selfish because it's not. It's more
Hmm.
so he knew what he was good at,
Hmm.
but never worked on what he wasn't.
Right. I
You know what I'm
respect
saying?
that. I
Like
mean, I
it's like,
respect
oh, I'm
that.
okay. I can do this well.
Yeah. He was a great leaper. The guy can leap. He ran a
Yeah,
4.5
he can leap.
40. He can leap. He can leap. So he has a 4.5 40, but he runs fast. Like his game speed is faster than 4.5 to me. His speed looked like 4.4 to
You
me
know,
watching him.
he's a straight line guy. So he's the exact opposite of Dax. Because if you
Mhm.
even put a player profile for Dax, his agility is off the charts compared to his
Right. Let me
speed.
pull it back up.
Dax agility, his ability to move is so much more than his actual straight line speed.
Hmm.
And Josh Doxson had a straight line speed, but he was also a long strider. So
Gotcha.
the long striders, those are great going straight, right?
Right.
But
Right.
doing routes, you're not doing all go routes. You're not
Hmm.
doing that. You might be doing that with 12, 13% of the game.
Right. Right. Right.
It's not gonna work.
All right, so let's switch gears a little bit. We talked about Doxson. My guy Courtney Evans said injury stunted Doxson's growth. Yes, absolutely. Most definitely, injuries were a factor to why Doxson wasn't effective. So we talked about Dax Mills. We feel like he's going to be a solid, slot guy. He's a guy that has a great chance of making the team. We're going to get to both of our predictions on who makes a team in a minute, but when we talk
All
about Terry
right.
McLaurin, when we talk about Terry McLaurin, man, where do you rank him in terms of the top wide receivers in the NFL?
He's definitely top 10. Um,
Okay.
here's the thing, is like I know people have this thing about DK Metcalf and how sexy the pick is. Don't
Hmm.
we can't underestimate how great Russell Wilson is. Like
Right.
that's Terry has been doing this with what, like 6, 7 different quarterbacks. Like
Hmm.
it's been ridiculous the amount of quarterbacks that he's gone, and it's not good, not average. I'm talking about below average. Even Alex
Right.
last year, you could tell that he had no type of velocity in his arm. Like that's why he
Gotcha.
just sailed. He had the accuracy because he's smart. He knows when to
Hmm.
throw the ball, and he
Right.
knows he's got that. But Terry is special, and
Hmm.
there's very very few people I will put above him. And eh,
And that's just
he
not
remind
because you're like a Washington fan, right?
no, because I was like that about him. I had in the draft 2019 draft, the only person I had above him was Debo Samuel, and that's
Okay.
because I'm a sucker. I'm an absolute sucker for versatile pieces, explosions.
I,
Like
I already know.
Debo was so yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, like
I
last
feel you.
year, Antonio Gibson, Lynn Bowden Jr. I had Isaiah
Yep.
Wright as my number
I know. I
7
remember you. I
explosive
remember
player.
you. You kept saying Antonio Gibson. You kept saying Lynn Bowden Jr. And I felt like
Yeah,
both guys were like more running backs. But I'm
yeah,
glad. See, when we drafted Antonio Gibson, I didn't like the pick, but I wasn't mad at the pick
yeah.
either
A lot of people
because I
didn't.
went and looked at it. I went and looked at it and saw that he was a home run hitter. He was just like he was a playmaker. So it really didn't even matter where we played him.
Yeah,
I just knew that you know what made me sad about the Antonio Gibson pick was when we drafted him. I thought he'll be coming in to play wide receiver, which I was excited. But then when they said running back, I'm like,
yeah,
come on, we got Adrian Peterson,
yeah.
we have guys, we have Bryce Love, we got running backs. But then now all three guys are gone, and Antonio Gibson
It
is
looks
still
smart
there.
now.
Yeah, it looks very very smart now. And I still felt like we should have took another running back in the draft, but I'm excited about Jared Patterson. The knock on him is that he's smaller.
I am
Some people
too.
don't like him, but
Yeah, doesn't
you
matter.
know, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter. It doesn't matter because when I saw him in college, he looked bigger. He looked bigger than what like the numbers say. Like the draft really gets to open your eyes. And you get to see what people look like and size and all that. So I'm like, man, this guy is not big. He's not a big guy at all. So
nah.
it is what it is.
But see, here's the thing. I'd rather personally
Hmm.
have running backs that are lower to the ground, at low center of gravity,
Right.
more than I would long and linky. Like, there's not so
Hmm.
many long and linky running backs. I think about Eric Dickerson. He was tall, like he was
Hmm.
big.
Yeah.
You think about Derrick Henry's he's probably the size of the best linebacker he's big,
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
it's a difference. And
Right.
Patterson is when he runs like this, it makes me laugh a little bit because his little legs keep churning.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is they keep moving. It keeps going.
Right.
And it's hard to hit those guys. It's hard to find them in the hole. It's hard to
Hmm.
hit them and bring them down because they're so sturdy.
Right.
Darren Sproles, Michael Turner. Michael Turner
Hmm.
was a perfect example. He was
Michael
five
Turner,
nine, but he was
boy.
about like, yeah,
Michael
that
Turner
boy
was
was
a
that boy was
dog, boy.
serious.
Man.
Yeah, he was a dog, and
He was
that's what
Ray Rice.
he was a
Ray
dog,
Rice. That was
and
another one.
Ray Rice, another one, man. It's
Maurice
sad
Jones
what
Drew.
happened. I mean, he
The
did it to
list.
himself.
Yeah.
MJJ, little guys like that, like
Little
they
guys.
have so
Yeah.
much
I'm not.
power
Yeah.
in their legs, man.
Exactly. He'll be
Those
fine.
legs are
Patterson is gonna
strong.
be
They
fine.
keep churning, man. Yeah, he'll be
Absolutely.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be
He'll be
fine. I'm
fine.
not worried about him. I love his potential. I love what he brings to the table. I love what he can do for us. Let's read some of
Yeah,
these comments. Corey said Terry's ability to produce while dealing with nagging injuries goes so underrated to me. Yeah, Terry McLaurin played with so much injuries and
yeah,
he was still able to produce. He doesn't complain. He does what's asked of him. A receiver of his caliber never complains about not getting the ball
yeah.
because we all know he should be getting 150 targets every single
Woof,
year.
woof, woof, woof,
You know
woof,
what I'm
woof,
saying?
woof, woof. Dog,
So
dog,
it is what it is,
dog.
man. So we talk about Terry McLaurin. We've talked about Dax Mills.
Woof, woof, woof,
Uh,
woof.
who's next? Who is next? Who do we talk about next? So when you look at the pecking order, obviously we
Look,
have Terry McLaurin,
I'll get to Curtis Samuel because like that's my look. I've
Curtis
been talking
Samuel. All
about
right.
even before we got him. Say he would be perfect in Scott Turner's offense again, especially with what we have. Because I'm gonna go with Curtis. I was gonna wait, but I'm gonna do Curtis Samuel because people look at him and say he's a slot. In all
Absolutely.
actuality, he's just a weapon. And he'll line up in the backfield. He'll get him on jet sweeps. They're gonna move him around.
Hey,
He's gonna be a
hey,
Z flanker. Yeah,
Sorry to cut you short, but man, we got like the godfather of YouTube, Ed Oliver.
Ed
If
Oliver.
anybody's
That's
not
my
following
man.
Ed
I love the
Oliver,
show.
I mean, Ed
Yeah,
Oliver is that dude, man. And wow, I'm shocked that
yeah.
he's, he hopped on my string. He says, "What up, fellas? The Wizards swept the Lakers. I know the Wizards swept my Lakers, but y'all act like I'm not
He
even
said
a
that for
Wizards fan.
you.
I love the Wizards. I love the
He said that
Lakers.
for you.
He said that for me, man. But it's all
That
good.
for
It's all
you.
good, Ed, man. Appreciate you hopping on the
Put
stream,
this
man.
hat back on.
But yeah, you was talking about
Oh,
Curtis
I
Samuel.
love Ed Oliver, man. Yeah, Curtis Samuel. So Curtis Samuel, the thing that makes him so great is besides the straight line speed, he's fast, his burst, his agility, his acceleration, and he's smart. And this is very underrated for people that don't really know his style of play.
Mhm.
Hey, little man.
You
But his style
sound a
of play
blast.
is he sees openings. He sees
Hmm.
openings. No matter where it's at, you can line him anywhere. And
Hmm.
his feet are fast enough and quick enough to get
Yeah.
past and through and around people. But then he's actually a lot stronger than what people give him credit for as well.
Mhm.
His upper body strength, he can get off of the press a lot better than what people are portraying him as because he
Right.
doesn't have to. People are going to
Mhm.
be far. They're not going to press him because he's 4-3-1.
Right. Right.
so, but his abilities in open space makes
Hmm.
him a threat. And Scott Turner loves, and I mean he freaking loves moving
Right.
people around.
He
He
does.
moved. Think about like what he did with even with Isaiah Wright. When
Hmm.
Isaiah Wright is so underdeveloped as a route runner, but
Hmm.
he was in that game. He was in that game. They would get him on jet sweeps. They would put him on almost like not running back screens, but like wide receiver screens close to the line of scrimmage, not at the X or the Z position. So more
Right.
like a slot screen. And
Hmm.
those are almost like RB screens in a way. But getting the ball into the hands of your playmakers. And Curtis Samuel can win at so many different levels that it's almost impossible for him to not succeed in this offense. It's,
Right.
it's impossible. He's going
Right.
to thrive in this offense. I I wouldn't be surprised if he had over 200 rushing yards, if he had
I can see it.
800 and so receiving yard. Matter of fact, I think he can get to 1,000. I think he can get to 1,000, but the offense is more based on spreading around the ball, especially with when it comes to having people opposite Terry. Like we had to force feed Terry, force feed him because we had nothing else out there. We had LT in the middle, McKissick on
Hmm.
underneath, and
Right.
Terry. You're gonna have Naomi Brown who's gonna come in. They're gonna move Curtis Samuel around. I guarantee you, there's gonna be at least 4 or 5 plays a game where Curtis Samuel is gonna be moving inside, and Diami's gonna be moving outside, and
Hmm.
they're going to completely go downfield.
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick is going to throw that ball downfield.
Hmm. All right. So
No dink and dunk.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. So, do you see Curtis Samuel starting on the outside or the slot. I know it doesn't really matter, but they got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're gonna have 3 wide receivers starting. So, do you see him starting outside
Yeah.
or in the slot?
So I kind of view this differently. Like this is where, like, we've had many conversations when it comes to this.
Yep.
Is
Yep.
title wise, he'll be a Z flanker. He'll
Okay.
be a Z flanker. But I think that it'll be more 50-50 for him. He's going to be, if it's 2
Yep.
wide receiver sets, he will be there.
He's
If it's 3
exactly.
wide receiver set, he will
That's
be inside, outside, and everything.
That's all I needed to know. Say less.
Yeah.
So Corey said Samuel snap motion will make the defense show their hand. When he goes into motion,
Yep.
the defense will flip and adjust to making the quarterback read easy. So yeah, great point, Corey.
Corey
I
said
do
it.
love that.
Great
Yeah,
point.
yes, sir. So we're gonna use this guy all over the place, and you even see in the draft, like it wasn't like we were looking for a slot or we were looking for an outside guy. We were looking for a playmaker, which brings me to my
Yep.
next wide receiver, Dyami Brown. I was excited about this signing
Yeah, that's
when we
my
got him.
guy,
I was
man.
like,
I love him.
let's go. Let's go. So I'm gonna pull up Dyami Brown's profile. But while I do that, man, talk to me about
Yeah.
Dyami Brown and what he brings to the table.
So, like, I think they got Dyami Brown like as a 4-4. I'm pretty sure he's faster than that. Like the way he plays, he's faster than his actual his play speed. And his play speed is so much faster than his 40 time, and his 40 time's already fast. So
Okay.
he reminds me of I hate to say it because they're on the same team. He reminds me of Terry. He reminds me of Terry. I think
Yeah.
that Terry has had a little more discipline when it came to his routes, but you see the potential of Dyami doing that in his routes. Like
Mm-hmm.
Terry was a little more what's the word I'm looking for? Like more exact, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Terry was a little more exact. You could see that he just kept working at it, working at it, working at it. But Dyami, he has it. Like you see the feet, the footwork, you see the long speed, but you also see that burst.
Yep.
That burst is what's important when it comes to the NFL. Is more so than your 40 time. It's your burst and your agility. It's
Mm-hmm.
how you're able to move your hips, how you're able
Right.
to move your feet. That's how you get people like DeAndre Hopkins that
Mm-hmm.
excel in this league at an insane level because those hips, those feet,
Mm-hmm.
and those hands, active hands. Dyami has active hands. He's aggressive at the catch point. He
Mm-hmm.
goes out for the ball. He knows where to pinpoint safety's leverage. Like I don't have to look at his eyes to know what he's looking at. And that's a
Right.
powerful thing because like I can see it through his eyes when I watch the film. I can see it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, he's about to split these safeties. He's like,
Right.
this is gonna be a post route. And I was like, he's probably gonna skinny this post out and split
Right.
these safeties. And
Right.
like word is bond, it'll happen just like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
said,
Right.
I saw what he was seeing right there because he knows leverage, and that is a game changer. Is
Mm-hmm.
knowing leverage. Like you
Right.
notice that interview with William Jackson. He said he loves to study. William
Mm-hmm.
Jackson loves to study. He loves to see the little things that wide receivers do. Right. There's
Right.
certain things that like OBJ did, especially his first 4 years. Right. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
really thought about it or looked at it, but some DB saw it. Right. That on a blocking route, he won't mess with his gloves. But when he
Okay.
was going out to a receiving, he'll line up and he'll start adjusting his gloves. And that told the
Mm.
DBs, oh, he's going out to a route. He's
Mm.
not blocking. It's not going to be a run block. It's not. He's going out. He's going to go to at least a 10-yard thing.
I like
And
that.
that's what William Jackson does on defense. But that's what Dyami does on offense. He
Mm.
looks at that back foot of the defender. He
Mm-hmm.
looks at their hips, their stance, and he's fast enough. He's so explosive that he can win and get past. But he's going to make people look stupid.
Mm.
He's going to make
Harsh.
defenders look stupid because they were like, "Who's this kid? Who's
Mm-hmm.
this kid that knows what I'm gonna do before I do it?" It's
Right.
because he's smart.
So,
It's that instinct.
mm-hmm. So Hawk said the Terry McLaurin effect is real. With him on the team, other receivers will will compete on the highest level at all times.
Absolutely.
And absolutely right, because we haven't had a wide receiver to match with Terry since he's been in DC. Everything that Terry has
Yeah.
been doing has just been himself by himself. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool that we're adding weapons, and to have a Curtis Samuel who's also going to help a Brown, to have all three
Yeah.
guys on the field at the same time is going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So it's definitely something that fans should get excited for. And then it's going to open up for guys
Absolutely.
like McKissick coming out of the backfield, open up for Logan Thomas. Because see, last year we
Yeah.
schemed Logan Thomas open. It wasn't that Logan Thomas was talented and was, beating people. Nah, we schemed him open, and there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
We schemed them.
It's just a system.
Yeah.
So, which brings me to my next wide receiver, and I got to go Cam Sims. Talk to me
I
about
love
Sims.
Cam,
What
man.
to expect out of Cam Sims this season?
So Cam, he's probably going to be the fourth wide receiver, right?
Okay.
Fifth wide receiver.
Yeah.
I'll say fifth wide receiver because
That's my fourth. I
Dyami
mean, I got
Brown,
him at 4 right
he's
now.
going to take he's fourth on a depth chart. He's fourth, but he's going to have more snaps than Humphreys. And the
Yeah.
reason why I say I'm talking about the end of the year. By the end of the year, he'll have
No,
more
I
snaps
agree.
than Humphreys. So Humphreys is
I'm
going
not
to
even going to
start
argue
off.
with you on that.
It's going to start off like that. Yeah. By the end of the year, Dyami's going to have more snaps than Humphreys. But
Right.
Cam Sims, he's always had an issue with holding on to the ball, right? He has this incredible ability of making an absolute amazing catch and then dropping easy ones. And it's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. But at the end of the day, he goes up there, he attacks, he's aggressive, and people don't realize because he was undrafted that he's a lot more athletic than he's given credit for. He ran like a 4.52, 4.53 at a Alabama Pro Days, right? So that was at his fastest speed, and so he's more faster, more athletic, more agile than AGG and Harmon, and I think he's more aggressive than Harmon. He's working on his routes, but that's one thing that you can't knock him for because he's gotten better every single year at that. His routes are looking better. They're not crisp, but they're looking better. That means that's that progress. That shows the tenacity. That shows the passion to perform in this league. And that's important because I love the underdog. And anybody that goes undrafted and makes their way and they work on their craft, oh, that shows the heart of a lion. I can't knock out my man Cam Sims. I'm not going to knock him out for a fourth round pick last year. I won't knock him out for Harmon, who was a sixth round pick the year before.
Right.
I think Cam Sims will get on that roster.
Right. Absolutely. So, man, I think that Cam Sims had a heck of a season last year. He took strides. He's going to get better. It's like
with
his
no quarterback
value,
play. With no quarterback
his value, play. Yeah, with no quarterback play, with the value that he gets, you know what I'm saying, on special teams, that's like a 2-for-1. You know what I'm saying? 6'4", you can't teach 6'4".
Yeah.
And with the weapons that we have,
no,
you're going to see more Cam Sims red zone touchdowns. He's going to be like that extra tight end, so to speak, in the red zone with all the weapons that we have. I mean, remember that game versus the Giants? He caught that like that crazy catch. It was wild, man. It was crazy. So I'm expecting big things out of Cam Sims. I have him right now currently as my number 4 wide receiver on the team. Let's go ahead and go to a guy that you like a lot in Adam Humphries. Talk to me about Adam Humphries and talk to me about what he brings to the table.
So with Adam is think about what all the things I said about Dyami Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I talk about his savvy, when I said his intelligence and his ability to read the defender,
right?
Adam Humphries is that, but not half the athlete. So he's nowhere near. He's not even in the same atmosphere as Dyami Brown when it comes to athlete. But his smarts gets him through. His savvy gets him through. And right now, he is a better route runner than Dyami. So I mean, like Dyami's going to surpass him. That's not even a question. It will happen. But right now, his ability to read the defender is what makes him lethal. That's what makes him lethal because he sees if him and Fitzpatrick can see the same thing, then that's success. Fitzpatrick is incredibly smart. Incredibly smart. So Humphreys is going to have success. I don't think he's going to be the all year guy, but I think that he's going to have success. And he also has over 500 yards in return punt returns. So he adds to the punt return game. Just like Cam Sims adds to the special teams because he's aggressive, he tackles, he goes after the ball. Those two guys, they add a dimension. Just like Curtis Samuel can do the same. You want versatile guys that can do many things. Humphreys can get it in. Great signing. We don't have to have too much from him, but he's going to do his job. He's going to be where he needs to be. He's going to catch that ball, and he's a vet. He knows the game. Whew. I don't know if y'all know.
Man,
It's
sorry,
raining.
but hey, you already know how it is, man. I'm running out of fruit snacks. By the time I get done with these fruit snacks for Lil Zeke, that's probably gonna be the end of the stream, man. But
Hey, look, all my
so
kids old. I know. I've been where you were. I've been where you were.
so hey, these lunchtime streams is tough. He comes to work with me, so you know it's all
That's what's
love. We
up.
have our own company, so it's just a blessing to. So every now and then I can get on and do a stream, just talk
Black
some
power,
football.
brother.
Yes, sir. So he done
Black
grabbed a
power,
whole
brother.
bag of fruit snacks. So let's go ahead and get into the next wide
That's a power
receiver.
move. That's a power
Yeah,
move, bro.
he
That's a
grabbed
power.
he grabbed a whole bag and he said, "Forget this, man." He said, "Forget y'all in your stream." So we talked Adam Humphries. We talked Adam Humphries, man. Who's next, man? You tell me, man.
All right, so we
Who's
got
next on the
Dax, we
list?
got Adam, we did Cam. I said Curtis, we did Terry. Terry's just elite, man.
Right.
I mean,
I know we got a couple young
I think we
guys that
got
I'm
everybody,
proud
but
of.
you know what?
Oh, Harmon. We got to talk Harmon, man.
Nah,
I
no,
don't think.
no. Harmon. I said the
Yeah.
only way Harmon is on the team, and I hate to say this because I don't want to be a hater. The only way Harmon's on the team is if he starts off on pub.
But
Unless
you
he
know what
starts,
though?
if they put him on pub the way they Bryce love him. If they Bryce love him, and
Right.
that's the only way he's on the team. And if somebody got hurt, there's no
Yeah.
way because Isaiah Wright has more ability to affect the game. He can run. He can kick return, punt return.
Mm-hmm.
He can even do short darts and be explosive.
Right.
Calvin can't do that. Plus, he's coming off an
Right.
ACL tear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I
Hey
don't
man,
know.
they talking about me and about having
I
snacks
don't
for the
know.
kid, man. I got a bag full of chips. What? Got some chips for little man. Let's go. Let's keep this going. What you mean? But yeah,
All
man, I'm
right.
right with you, man. I don't think that Harmon makes a team. The only way that they can kind of keep him around, I'm with you, is the PUB list. And
Yeah.
that's probably what's gonna happen. I mean,
Yeah.
he's on borrowed time right now. You know what I'm saying? He's just,
Yeah.
he's just hanging around, bro. He's just hanging around. I
Yeah.
don't think he makes a team just for the simple fact that we have a lot of guys that are on the team that can do more
Yeah.
than what Harmon
Do
gives you.
more. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Is
he's
do
not the
more.
best
Like
route runner.
do
He's a great blocker,
nah.
great blocker.
Great
He can
blocker.
contest
Yeah.
catch, but outside of that,
Good. Yeah.
he just runs and
Yeah.
just catches the ball. That's not enough. That's not enough. We're gonna need you to be more dynamic than
Everybody.
that.
Here's the key. Here's the key because they don't use Terry on special teams, but he
Mhm.
can. He was an
Yeah.
All-American on special teams.
Yep.
Every one of our wide receivers can affect special teams. What can
Yep.
AGG do? What can Harmon
Mhm.
do? Not
Right.
that. So that's why I'm like, I hate to say it because it sounds like a hater, but I put my money on like the Datsun and
Right.
Sims, Cam, and matter of fact, I don't ever want to see Steve Sims in a Washington
Look,
football team jersey
we're not
again.
even going to talk
After
about
he,
Steve Sims. I'm not even going into the player profile of Packers Navy. That's a waste of my time. We're not talking Steve Sims.
don't even
Steve
do it,
Sims cannot catch a cold, okay? Somebody probably said he can't catch COVID, and I'm
and
not
he
going to joke
fumbles.
around with COVID because it's serious. But yeah, then he fumbles. I mean,
No.
Steve Sims needs
He
super elite
couldn't catch
quarterback
water
play.
if he fell out of a boat.
Yeah, he needs a super elite quarterback to elevate him. You know what I'm saying? We saw last year when I'm not saying that
Yeah.
Taylor Heineke is super elite or anything like that, but that was definitely upgraded quarterback play Taylor Heineke comes in and he elevated
Oh yeah,
that
he's a
guy's
gamer.
play. So a guy like Aaron Rodgers, just saying,
Yeah.
a guy like Aaron Rodgers will make Steve Sims look good. I mean, you look at the guys that he's playing with.
Yeah.
Valdez Scantling. Come on, man. He's trash. Who's that other dude? I
Yeah.
mean, St. Brown and all these dudes
They
that,
got
Rodgers,
St. Brown. St. Brown.
Equiminius.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just off the name. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
I
saying?
can
You just
never
have to
say his name.
discredit.
I couldn't say it when he was a prospect. I said I'm not even gonna try to say the name, homie.
I
I
think
can't
that's the
do
first
it.
time I've ever said the name correctly. Equiminius,
Re-
man. Woo! What a
Equinemius. Yeah.
name.
I was about to say Amon Ra's brother.
Man. What? Yeah, that is Amon Ra's brother, man.
Yeah, it's his brother.
Amon
So I
Ra
was like,
might be
yeah.
way better than that guy. I mean, Amon Ra is a way better wide
He
receiver prospect than his brother.
Here's the thing. It's like I was disappointed in his Amon Ra's 40 because his play
Mhm.
speed so much faster. He ran like a 4.7, bro. And I
Mhm.
was like, man, he went from being
Happens.
a second round pick to dropping completely
Mhm.
out of
Yep.
people's boards.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah. Corey says going to be one of the
Crazy.
most competitive camps in a long time. Everybody's going to earn it. Yeah, Ron Rivera is bringing in people at every single position to compete.
Yep.
And I love it, man.
Yep.
It's kind of like what you live for. It's kind of what you like. So let's go ahead and get into our way too early projections. Your number one wide receiver,
Okay.
we both say Terry McLaurin, right? So that's one for you, one for me.
Key.
All right.
Correct.
Number two, we can say Curtis Samuel. He's a lock, right?
Yeah. Lock.
All right. Number three, obviously, Dyami Brown. Okay.
I would
Four,
say, yeah, we're talking about the whole season, right?
yeah. I mean,
Whole
like in
season?
terms of making a team. So we're going to keep 6 wide
Dami
receivers,
Brown. Dami
right?
Brown. Oh,
So I'm going down the list
okay,
because
yeah.
there's going to come to a point to where me and you disagree. You say
I know.
Adam
I
Humphries
know,
is your
right?
number 4 and he's a lock. I say Cam Sims is my number 4 and he's a lock. I think that Adam Humphries is on the bubble only because of injury. If he is not healthy, right, there's a chance that
Yeah.
we just say bump it,
Yeah.
take your signing bonus, enjoy your money. We've done that before with the guy from Dallas, that cornerback, where we brought him in and he made a cool little $1 million, just for signing with us, Scandrick.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah. And we did that again with Sean
Yeah.
Davis
Yeah, that's right.
at our free safety. So, sometimes when you have the money, you can kind of play with money like that. Say, hey, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay. You come in, you compete. If you make the team, great. If you don't, no problem. Yeah, I think that Humphries, even if he's not healthy, let's say if Dax Mills come now, mind you, I'm not even a fan of Dax Mills. I don't think too highly of him.
I
I
think
think he's a guy that has
like
a
him. I think
chance.
he's solid, man.
I
He's
think he has a
solid.
chance.
He's really
At
solid. Yeah.
at the end of the day, I can project practice squad for him. I can project, end of the roster for him. But what I'm saying is, if Dax Mills comes out there and he does everything well, and he's looking like a young Adam Humphries, Humphries is gone, healthy or not. That's just how I feel about the situation.
That's where me and you disagree, man.
That's where we disagree. That's where we
Like,
disagree. I mean,
that's where we disagree.
you talk about having 4 really good wide receivers. You talk about 4,
Yeah.
4 guys that you can depend on, right?
You need
But I look at it this way, man. Humphries, man, the injuries is going to happen until he plays 13 games consistently. I don't know. And it's concussions. He's a really good slot wide
Yeah.
receiver. He's one of the better slot wide receivers. But with them picking Dax Mill, I understand they didn't want to, pay, get guys to come in as undrafted free agents. But it was just puzzling to me. Honestly, at that point, I was not expecting another wide receiver. Let's talk about it.
That I was actually happy they did. I was happy they did that. So at the end of the day is, can you rely on Adam Humphries playing 16? No, you can't. But you can rely on him being productive, being a great team player, and helping the younger wide receivers while they get ready. So no matter what, if he can give you 8 games, that's 8 more games of experience that Dyami Brown has. There's 8 more games of experience that Dax will have, because Dax can do special teams too. It's hard for me to say that Adam Humphries is going to be off the team because of everything that he does that's right. He doesn't have that high upside, and he has experience with Fitzpatrick too.
Mhm.
So I mean, they already have a connection, and that's an important aspect because that's something that it's almost like when I was boxing, right? The people that I
Mhm.
sparred with, like we got to the point where we knew each other so well
Mhm.
that we knew what somebody was going to what each other were going to do. We knew how how we were going to attack each other,
Mhm.
and even if it was only for 6 months, 1 year, it's a powerful bond. And football is the same way, especially between a quarterback and receiver, or a quarterback and O line, running back and O line. Like the powerful thing is knowing how your old linemen play for a
Mhm.
running back to know
Right.
which angle you're going to take that hole in. You're going to see it because you know the people in front of you.
Right.
I can't take Humphreys off my list, man. I
Mhm.
can't. Now,
I feel
do
you.
I think he's going to be? Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I feel you, man. You know
I
what? And I
can't.
respect that.
And you know,
I
Cam's
respect
on
that.
my list too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, Cameron's on my list too.
Too much to
Um,
offer.
and then we get to the bottom of the list. You say that AGG. Now, this is really
Yeah.
why I said let's go ahead and get the stream going. You say AGG doesn't make the team, or AGG
Uh,
is practice squad. I say AGG makes a team, and this is why.
that's
Ron Rivera, you can say Ron Rivera and Kyle all you want to. Ron Rivera made this pick, and he is not going to just let this pick go after a year. Ron does not want to be wrong. He doesn't want to be wrong. And it's going to take more than just
yeah.
one mediocre season to say goodbye to AGG. What is your take?
Ron also has a scapegoat, and Kyle Smith was no longer there. He has a
That's
scapegoat
true.
that he can say, you know, that me after talking and discussing with Kyle Smith, we felt like it was a great fit, and it just unfortunately wasn't a fit. There's Martin Mayhew, Marty Herney, there's him. I mean, look, so it's different from this staff, this front
Mhm.
office staff. So he can literally kind of shift the blame to
Right.
Kyle Smith if he wanted to, because
Right.
he also doesn't want to seem like he's the person that's going to micromanage
Mm-hmm.
and say like this, hey, you can't make that decision, or you can't call that unless I agree to it. That's not a good leader. So
Okay.
he probably did he said, okay, what do you think about this draft board? If this person there say, I like him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know if they're completely sold on AGG, even though he was a fourth round pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to swallow.
I mean,
Besides the lack of
I hear
production
what you're
is,
saying. But then look, you've
yeah,
also been
I
that
hear
guy
what
that
you're
says,
saying. I hear what you're
hey,
saying
you've
too.
also been that guy that says, hey, develop the young talent. So it's surprising
Yes.
coming from you who says to develop the young
Yeah.
talent. You told me things like don't sleep on Harmon. You told me all kinds of stuff. You probably was even on the on the Sims Jr. train, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know what though? I'm okay. Look, if AGG gets cut, I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, you want to improve at every single
Yeah.
position. And
Yeah.
if that means drafting a wide receiver
So
every year that comes in, takes somebody's job, I'm
yeah.
okay with that. It's all about getting better. You can't just keep
Yeah.
holding on to players and just saying one day he's going to develop. Oh, one day Bryce Love is going to play, right? You know, like I think that we have gotten
Yeah.
over that. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like just having all these different
Yeah.
guys
We're
that
not at that
everyone
stage of
exactly.
yeah.
So I definitely love where we are right now
But
as an
see, here's where
organization.
I go when I go with when I go with the AGG thing is I thought long and hard about it, you know, because like it's not something that I wanted to say. It's not something that I want. Like it was a hard pill for me to swallow. So I looked at it like this: after watching Scott Turner's offense for a year, right, which was also limited and opened up a lot more when Heineke came in. It opened up a lot more that one game than it did all entire season, right? I just don't see the fit as much as I did when we drafted him. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm like everybody else can do multiple things, but he's not. He's not. He
Mm-hmm.
can't. You know,
Right.
like it's maybe they find something, but they're going to have to find something
I
a
think
role
he'll be a
for him
factor on special
instead of
teams. I mean, if Cam Sims can play special
he
teams,
can.
AGG can play special teams. So I mean, they'll definitely find. I mean,
I
at
think
the end of the day,
Cam Sims a little more athletic though. Cam Sims a
no,
little
no.
more athletic though.
Well, that's debatable. That's debatable.
I
I mean,
I like him. I like Cam Sims' athleticism more. Like
okay.
AGG is very aggressive, very
Mhm.
aggressive. But like I like his. I think he can excel, but I think Cam Sims is a better special teams player right now. Nick
But you know
Saban
what though?
had him ready for that.
But you know what though? You going against yourself. You said that Cam Sims grinded it out, right? And he got a roster spot, went from undrafted. So here's a guy who's coming from a small school, 4th round. How come he can't get the same chance that Cam Sims
Yeah,
got? I mean, I don't mind sending him to the practice squad because obviously Cam Sims spent years on the practice
yeah.
squad. So it's like he's
Oh
definitely going to need
yeah.
time to develop. I mean,
He's
if you're
gonna get the
asking me who's a
chance
better,
though. He's gonna get the chance.
yeah, if you're asking me who's a better wide receiver right now,
He's gonna get
obviously
the
I'm going to say
chance.
Cam Sims. I'm going to
Yeah, I
say
mean,
Cam Sims.
here's the thing, and that's the end of the day for me. Like he's going to get the chance. Ron is going to make sure everyone gets that chance. He's not going to
Yep.
have the Dwayne Haskins situation where he
Mhm.
gives them that. No, he's everyone is going to have to work for it. This O
Right.
line
Right.
is extremely deep. They're going to have to work for it. So
Hey.
AGG is going to get that chance, and I just don't see him winning out. You get what I'm saying? And this is
Right.
not me. It's just
I mean,
like
I respect it.
for me, like I said, it's a sad truth for me because I don't want to say
Hey,
that.
what we've seen is versatility, like you say. You know, if you can't do more than one thing, you're like on the,
Yeah,
it's like you better do what you do best.
yeah,
Like you better, so I can see that. But then I also see competition. Competition is gonna be crazy. You're gonna see some names
yeah,
get cut, and fans are gonna be sad. So you can't get attached to players. You can't
yeah.
say this guy is
People will get hurt too.
yeah,
People will get hurt.
people will get hurt. So that changes everything. So like I said, this is our way too early projections. So my 6 is Terry McLaurin, De'Ami Brown, Cam Sims, AGG. I'm missing somebody. So pretty much Harmon is not on my list.
Dax.
Isaiah Wright is not on my list. I guess Humphreys can get in. Humphreys and Dax Mills are like, I don't know, between those two guys. So,
Yeah.
but one of those guys make it. So those are my 6.
I think they both get in.
Yeah, they both probably get in. If they both are getting in, then that means for you that means AGG is not on. So we'll see.
Yeah.
After
But
training camp, I'm
if
gonna bring you back.
AGG does win, all right. I'll be here. So I'm gonna say this: is AGG is going to have to beat out Dax. He's gonna have to beat out Dax because we already know Terry, Curtis,
Right.
Brown.
Wow.
I say Humphreys is a lock and Cam
Mhm.
Sims is a lock. I think everyone's fighting for one roster spot, and I give the advantage to Dax because of the versatility. But
Mhm.
like I said, I feel like if anybody beats out Dax, it's probably gonna be Isaiah Wright, who's undeveloped as a wide receiver.
Right. So I guess where me and you defer is I say 4 or 5 guys are fighting for 2 spots. You say
Okay.
about 5 guys are fighting for 1 spot. So we'll see. So you guys have heard it.
We'll see. Yeah.
Call me out if I'm wrong and call Haas out if he's wrong. We're going to be coming back after they make the final 53, or if something pops off in camp to where there's like some early cuts or whatever the reason might be, then we might even hop back on and rehash this again. So guys, man, this is your guy Manny, joined by Michael Haas. Thank you so much for jumping on the stream today. I hope that the people got value
Thank you, brother.
from what you said. B Nizzle, man, what's up, man? What's up, man? So guys, I'm your guy Manny. Please be sure to subscribe, like. If you're new to the channel, I got some good stuff coming on. I got some great people coming on soon. Every Wednesday at 9:30 Central, we have the Back Row Redskins show live. So you definitely want to tune in to that. Got some great stuff coming. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Y'all stay safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. All right, man. We are
Yes,
out.
sir. All right.